How you doing, everybody? It's the 16th, Monday the 16th of August 2010, and it's late on in the afternoon. I had a great weekend, a powerful weekend here in Ireland. The sun shone the whole time, it was wonderful. I was going to do I was going to do a specific video relating to economic stroke politics, but I decided to do a different thing. It's an anecdotal thing and relates to me over the weekend and today. What happened to me on Saturday and what happened to me this morning. So please bear with me, will you? Just while I get this off my chest. I was at a do on Saturday. It was down the country. It was a man's birthday and I got invited. There was, I think, 84 guests and I just happened to be one of them. I didn't know hardly anybody at it, one or two people. Very interesting. Mostly a lot of school teachers and a lot of public servants were at it. Okay. Now, before I went, I promised my wife I wouldn't be a party pooper and I wouldn't spoil it for anybody. So I didn't say anything to anybody about it. I was just very, very nice to everybody, and I just went around and shook a few people's hands and said how wonderful everything was, which it was beautiful, and had a lovely meal and everything else. What happened was, I met up with this group of children. Well, no, not children, young people. The youngest would have been about 14 and the oldest I think was 19 or 20. 19 years, I think, 19. And he's at college. He's second year at college, I think, this boy. And the rest of them are at second level education, okay? And one of them happened to be a relative of mine, my nephew. He's a lovely lad, nice lad. Bit naive, but nice lad. He's 16. And he was joking with them about my background and about the fact where I was from, the fact that I'm from the back streets of Belfast and all the rest of it, okay? And he probably told them a couple of stories or whatever, I don't know, but they were laughing anyway. And I went over to talk to them, and I got into conversation with them, just general stuff. I didn't really know what to talk to them about. Generally, we were talking about various things. So I was asking them about the solar system, and there wasn't much of a feedback. The elder guy knew a bit about it, but there wasn't really anything. There wasn't really anything forthcoming, so I decided I'd end that. So the conversation came around about me and been in Belfast, in the back streets of Belfast, and growing up, and what it was like, and the fact that I had been a paper boy from I was about 9 or 10 until I was about 15 or 16. And they were asking me about various things, so I decided to turn the thing, because I knew where they were going, and I decided I'd turn the little conversation in my favour, and I asked them, what was their attitude about violence? And they all looked at me like I dropped an atomic bomb among you know, didn't know what I was talking about. So I said to them, I'm going to ask you a couple of things. I said, what would happen if you go home tomorrow morning, you're in bed tomorrow, you know, it's 10 to 3 in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, and a bogey breaks into your house. What do you do? So I said, well, what do you do? There was 6 or 7 of them, I said, maybe more, maybe 8 of them. And I went right along them, and they all said the same thing. Oh, we'd ring the guards. We'd get our mummy and daddy up, and then we'd ring the guards. Okay. I said, then the next thing is, tomorrow you're out in the park. You're walking along the park, you mind your own business. And I said, you see a bloke, another bogey, and he's battering some child, or he's battering some old one, some old granny, or some old granda, taking their purse or their wallet. What do you do then? Oh, call the guards. Call the guards. Okay. I said, then the third thing is, tomorrow evening, I said, you're just mind your own business. You're walking along with your friends, or you're on your own, and a bogey appears out of nowhere and attacks you. What do you do? What do you do? Do you call the guards in? What do you do? So I said to them, do you understand the concept of personal responsibility for your own integrity, like for your own space that you have? You have a space around you. And I said, you have a responsibility for you and that space. And I said, do you know within our constitution, I said, there is a section given over to defend your rights, your constitutional rights, and part of that is defend your own body, this machine that we carry around, the thing we call our body. And I said, do you understand one of the adjuncts of that, one of the little adjuncts that fit onto that is the concept of citizen's arrest. Do you know what that is? Never heard of it. They never heard of the concept of a citizen's arrest. And these are young people. Of course, a lot of them had never read the Constitution, never read our Constitution. And these are people that are about to enter the world, go out into the world. So I said, well, so what can I say? The only final thing I want to say about it is, which is probably it's probably a generational thing. It's something I don't understand. I really, really do not understand it. Now maybe teachers do it in schools, but when I was growing up, as I say, I never ever had all this business of, oh, you're a great boy, and you're fantastic. Do you know that? You're fabulous. Oh, fantastic. Like the parents and the relatives of these children were talking to them as if like they were fantastic, like they'd won gold medals or something. Like when I went to school, in my particular class in school, in the grammar school I went to, we had the national champion, the national sprint champion for 100 metres, and we had the Irish. He'd won it several times. With the Irish national dance champion. We'd loads of seriously talented people. We'd like various people at chess who were like at national level in chess and all. I never heard anybody saying, "Yeah, you're brilliant. You're brilliant." Like to me, it was like a kind of like a, it was like a inverted narcissism or something. I don't know. It was bizarre. It was bizarre to me. That was the first thing. So that's really all I want to say about that. So, as I say, it's probably a generational thing, and I just don't have my head around it. I don't understand it. Anyway, to me, these are just children, just like not too long, like stop breastfeeding, and people are telling them that they're brilliant and they're wonderful and they've no jobs. They're all going to do university degrees to get no jobs. I was pointing that out to them, and they all looked at me like at four heads. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So we'll go to this morning. This morning started off very nice. I'd been looking yesterday at Gerald Salenti. I don't know if you know him. And he's a guru, American guru. And he was on about buying local. So they've just opened up a butcher shop about a quarter of a mile from where I live here. And I decided that'd be a good idea. I'll go down. Decided to do some chops for tonight's dinner. So I'll go down and buy 4 chops. Go down and get them. 4 or 5 little chops, right? So I went down and I told him what I wanted. I said, listen, could you give me 4 or 5 nice little chops? No problem, he said. So anyway, he went off and came back in. I saw him weigh them. Now, I was on my own in the shop. Another person had just come in. And I had the €10. And I never thought, I'd give him over the €10 like that. And he gave me back 50 cents. And I said to him, you sure that's right? Oh yeah, he says, $9.50 for those chops, yeah. So I thought to myself, well, I have 2 options here. I can either have a big row with him and walk out, and I'll embarrass this person here, but I don't particularly want to do this because I asked them to give me 4 chops, and he's given me the 4 chops. I didn't say to him, how much will 4 chops cost me? Which is what I should have said to him in the first place. How much will 4 chops cost? I should have qualified the thing, but I didn't. I left it open-ended. So it's as much my fault as it is his fault. So I said, I'm going to take the hit on the chin. So I took the 4 chops and I walked out, and he sensed I was not a happy camper. I then walked another mile down the road to an Aldi store. Them German crowd, Aldi. And I walked in and they have a deep freeze section. And I walked down and there were similar type chops. Not identical chops, but similar type style chops. These chops I had in my hand were Irish. The ones that were in this deep freeze section were from New Zealand. Beautiful looking chops. The ones I had were about 100 grams, 70 grams heavier than the ones that were in the thing. But these were beautiful, these chops in Aldi. $2.99 or $2.98, I think it was $2.98. So obviously I am never, as long as I am on terra firma again, ever going to go into that butcher shop. So how can I support my own when my own are ripping me off? How can I do that? How can I support that butcher? I earn between €300 and €400 a week. That's what I earn. And that's a good week for me. So what I do with my money is very important. And especially in a situation like that, over a period of a year, if you did that 50 times, that's a lot of money. If you did that 40 or 50 times, that's a lot of money. The differential there. So I'm sorry, Gerald, I'd like to support you now, but I can't. My economics do not allow me to. My personal economics do not allow me to. It's the times we live in. Strange, very, very strange.